You know, it was amazingly helpful and interesting telling you my story. And it was disconcerting and scary, and I wasn't quite sure whether I was telling too much of this part and too little of that part. And, you know, I was trying to get the balance right and give a good sort of overview and a platform for going ahead. And it was amazing, and it was lovely, and it was incredible that you suggested that we have a panel, Roger. That was amazing. And I see the patterns, but I can't name them. I can't name them, even though I see them. I'm not always sure what pattern goes with what thing. And it disturbs me, and it confuses me, and it pulls me off course. And I try to not see the patterns so that I can focus on what I'm meant to be doing. But then I focus so much on what I'm meant to be doing that I forget to see the patterns. And I'm not quite sure what's going on. But I know that we're giving a foundation, and I know that I did my part. And I tried to do the thing to show little bits of everything. And that you're all there. And that you're all so unbelievably wise and sound and measured and reasoned and something beyond my experience that I'm trying to allow my mind to open up and accept is happening. But my mind doesn't really want to acknowledge it. But anyway, so the question I'm trying to answer is the question of, did it help to tell the story? And I think the thing that helped was to move on from having told you the story. And that what you said, Roger, about I helped you. Now I know that the first time that I was told that was by Rush. When Rush said, "No, I don't listen to you to help you. I listen to you because you help me." And I was like, "What, Rush? That cannot be the truth. How can you possibly say that?" It took me weeks to try and integrate that into my reasoning. After that, I came across the idea that when you help somebody, you inhabit the zone of God. And when you inhabit the zone of God, you experience the divine. And so the thing is that I allowed you to help me. And I evaluate it every time you offer me help. I evaluate whether I'm going to risk accepting your help. And sometimes it's hard, and sometimes I want to throw up, and I shake, and sometimes I get really angry. And then, up till now, I've been able to say, okay, let me give it a go, let me try. Let me accept that this has come to me deliberately. Somebody thought about me and came to me with an idea. That's an idea that they believe could benefit me. It's just like, for my brain to allow that possibility, I just can't explain it to you. The closest that I've ever been able to get to explaining this experience of trying to accept is the idea of an anemone putting his little tentacles out, stretching his little thing. The thing is that something always comes along before my tentacles are all stretched, and then I'm back in my little anemone hole, and I never do it. But this time, you've stuck around long enough, and you've proved to me that you really want to do this. You really want me to fix myself. You're actively participating in my quest for my own mental health, for my benefit. Yeah, I just I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at fucking hell, man. How can this be real? How can this be real? How can I let go of all those fears? Let go of all those fears. So, Rush, you told me that I was helping you by walking amongst the trees and dealing with my issues. You did poor man's prospecting, and you allowed me to experience the feeling of watching another person doing a mundane task. And then, Otto, you explained to me about how you helping me had helped you, and you being a Buddhist, you pursuing the Buddhist thing in order to teach it to me, that it had actually helped you more than it had helped me. Like, I don't think that's the exact right words, but you know what I mean. It's like, I'm not quite sure how to say that, but like, it kind of backfired. You were studying Buddhism in order to tell me how to fix myself. And it fixed you by fixing me, because you had to stay one step ahead of me so that you could answer my questions. And we started off at kindergarten, Otto. We started off with what is karma. And you told me that karma is intention. And that made sense to me, because karma as getting your just desserts doesn't make sense to me. I don't care about that religion. That's a baby religion for children's. Like, pfft. Yes. By your intentions, you create your thoughts. By your thoughts, you create your actions. By your actions, you shape your environment. And what is in your environment is reflected back to you. And you are questioned about what are you going to do about this. And you form an intention, which is your. And so that is it, that circle, that wheel, that happiness of existing within the way you were made to be. Like you were made to be this creature that you inhabit. That creature was built for you so that you could have these thoughts and be these people and do these things and be noble and good and godly and fully inhabit your potential to be everything that you can be. It's exciting and it's wonderful and it's an amazing opportunity. And we can only do it if we dance together, masculine and feminine. And you've come to teach me to dance. and because you had to teach me to dance, you had to learn the dance first. And so it was all about you. But you decided all I did was start making the videos. And you just came and you did it all by yourself, and you gave me all these things that you thought up yourselves to give me. It's like, I don't know, you know? So there was that, there was Rush, and then there was Otto. And now, Roger, I feel as if you've studied me. I feel as if you've watched all my videos and sussed me out and learned all my patterns and have figured out how to second guess me and stay ahead of me in the game. And how to force me to be the thing that I refuse to be for myself. Because I tried too many times and I failed too many times, and I just can't be fucked. And yet, whatever this force is that drives this creature that I inhabit, it refuses to let me give up. It says, keep on trying, keep on, do it. You know, Rush, I'm not a failure. I'm not a failure. I've got this really small soapbox that I'm standing on, and I'm standing on it with all my energy and commitment and determination. I'm standing here. And whatever happens and whatever life throws at me, I'm going to carry on doing this. And then, when I've done it all, in my final act of defiance, I will die. Oh, me. Poor me, poor me. Oh well, okay, so you've all fixed me. All of you. You have all been in a conspiracy theory since the beginning. And it hurts so much to see the patterns and to feel the love and to allow it to be real. My sisters, my mother, my everybody, my children, everything. And I just keep on coming in and out of being able to accept it. And now you've given me this opportunity, Roger. You've made it happen in a way that you subverted my patterns and made the patterns work in the way the patterns ought to work. And so I can look back and see the patterns and say, that's okay. All the patterns are working. So I don't know. It's helped to tell my story, but it wasn't telling my story that helped. It was being in the moment with you after I told you the story, and being able to pull all the threads together of the things that were happening around me. Like it in those instants. So the only part of the dance that I have is to be the girl, to be me. I don't know what that means. I went and I tested the recording that I made, and I don't like the sound. It's very loud. It sounds like I'm yelling. There might be another word for that. It might be nice and clear, or to live in a head that hears good things as bad things, you know? Bright light. Oh no, it's awful. Get it away from me. I don't want lovely warming sunshine on my skin. Let me go into a dark hole and be miserable. Please, don't give me good things. Sorry. Okay, yep. So, it's begun again. It's begun. Every time I begin, I'm stronger. Every time I begin, I think, this is the time, this is the time, this is when I get it right. And then something happens, and I have to adjust and adapt and change things and then carry on. So, it was difficult to let you help me. It was difficult to get down and to listen to you. It was difficult to acknowledge that my way had not worked out. Then it was difficult for me to trust you for long enough to start seeing the results. And then when I started seeing the interconnectedness of everything that we were doing together and apart, it was difficult to accept. So it's just this resistance to all good things. Really? You too? You have it too, do you? You know, you're feeling it, boy. You're feeling it. Really? How's it? Your fur is nice and warm. Have you been lying in the warm sunshine? Hey? Soaking up some rays. Okay, well, my animal has come to get me. I think he wants food. So yeah, I do. I just feel very grateful. I feel very much as if I want to learn more about my part of the dance and how to dance in a way that is healing for people who want to dance with me, like you do. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out as I go. But yeah, I do know that it's wonderful. It's given me something to think about. It's given me a structure to move forward. It's given me an idea of trying to build an intentional framework within which to structure the narrative. And it's helped me to see that I'm living more than just one archetype. There's not just the bad karma, Otto. There's the good karma too. And finally, I think there's one thing that's been weighing quite heavily on me, and that is that I am battling to make the transitions from the avatars that I've created in my head, where I put your information so that I can try and interact with it, and the people that you actually are. I'm really battling with your names, with your personalities, with the realities of your lives, and I'm having an inner struggle with trying to trying to not see you as composites that I've created in my mind of you, but trying to see you as people, actual people. It's so strange. I was watching that movie Rebel Moon that you sent, Roger, and when the bad guy was in the tank with all those pipes on him, I thought, that's what it feels like, guys. That's what it feels like. Each one of you is giving me a pipe that's like stuck in my skin, and you're sending me all this infusion of love and caring and wisdom and masculine essence and divinity and nobleness and all the things that you're sending me through the tubes, and it really, really hurts. I don't know when we get to the bit where it stops hurting, because I'd like to be positive. I'd like to be positive. I'd like to be positive. But the pain all the time. The pain all the time. Rush, the pain all the time. Sometimes get tired from bearing the burden, hey? And so what's left except to do the thing we don't want to do, pick up the cross and move on. So my cross for today is that I am going to go and spring clean the bedroom for Callum, and I'm going to pick up all his clothes that he leaves on the floor without complaining and saying, "Why do you put your clothes on the floor? Why don't you put them in the washing basket?" I'm just going to pick them up. His stinky socks I'm going to pick up. I'm going to put fresh, clean bed. I'm going to move the bed, and I'm going to hoover underneath to move all the dust particles, because he's anxious that he's going to get, killed by something else while he's enduring this treatment. And he's absolutely got his knickers in a twist with the horrible COVID thing. He's followed all the mainstream hysteria stuff, and he's way over-focused on the danger of it, Like, there was influenza. If you wanted to get upset about a disease, you didn't need to wait until COVID came along. You could have done the same thing to influenza or cancer or anything. But no, we waited until COVID came, and then we got this societal mass neurosis about catching a cold. Oh my life gets hard, guys. I need to draw on all your wisdom and compassion to be able to deal with it. My steeper hill, my socks, my housework. My housework! I think that if I could become a good housewife, I would probably have achieved the pinnacle of feminine submission. It's a strange life, inhabiting this creature that we were sent here to try and direct and feed, nurture, cherish through this harsh life, while we compute whatever computations we're meant to do here on behalf of the gods. All right, okay. I really don't want to go and do my housework. But yes, it helped amazingly, Roger. Thank you guys for being there. Thank you for doing that for me. Thank you for seeing me and making me into a real boy. And it's really cool, so thanks. Okay, Right, have a great day, and yeah, happy trails.